The message came on a Thursday. I had been thinking about it for weeks, whether I could take a few days off without everything collapsing around me. The guilt was louder than the exhaustion, but I typed the words anyway. Hi, I need to request 3 days off next week. My finger hovered before hitting send. It felt like betrayal, because I knew what would happen next. Someone else would have to stretch themselves thin to cover my shift. Patients would be rescheduled. My team, already running on fumes, would feel it. But I sent the message anyway. And when it got approved, instead of relief, I felt dread. The night before I left, a colleague cornered me. You're lucky you're getting time off. Some of us haven't rested in months. I smiled, awkwardly, said something polite. But inside, I shrank. On the morning of my first day off, I sat in my living room, still in scrubs, still checking lab results, still answering patient messages, because rest felt like cheating. I had coffee with a friend that afternoon. She wasn't in healthcare. She asked, "So how's the break going?" I looked at her and started crying. Right there, in a public cafe. Because I didn't know how to rest without guilt. Because every text message from work made my stomach twist. Because even though my body was off duty, my conscience was still clocked in. She said something that stuck with me. You're not the only one holding the system together. If one person taking time off breaks everything, the system was already broken. And she was right. But no one tells you that in medical school. We're taught to push through. Be dependable. Be selfless. We see rest as a privilege, not a right. We compare stress like battle scars. We glorify burnout like it's proof of commitment. But here's what I've learned. You don't have to earn rest by reaching your breaking point. You don't need to apologize for choosing health over heroics. Time off isn't abandonment. It's repair. And when you come back, rested, restored, and present, you serve better. You care better. You live better. That break I almost didn't take, it reminded me who I was outside the hospital. It reminded me that I have a life worth showing up for, not just as a doctor, but as a person. So the next time guilt whispers that you're being selfish, remind yourself, you can't pour from an empty cup. And taking care of yourself is the first step in taking care of others. If you've ever felt ashamed for resting or pressured to keep going when you're already running on empty, share your experience at clinicconfessions@gmail.com. Your honesty might just free someone else.